by nature, and I ask a lot of questions. So if I don't know what the plan is or what's going on, I could definitely get pretty hard to travel with. I first experienced what the ESCA National Youth Gathering really meant in 2015 in Detroit. I was fresh out of middle school, headed into my first years of high school, and I truly had no idea what I was getting into. This first gathering experience blew me away, just trying to figure out how it all worked. And by the time I finally knew what to expect from each day of the gathering, it was over in the blink of an eye. I vividly remember getting off the plane in Spokane, coming home from the gathering, and the first thing I said to my mom was, "We are both going to the Houston 2018 gathering." And finally, after a long wait, it was time to fundraise and start planning the 2018 National Youth Gathering. I was beyond excited from the first planning meeting because they say the journey is half the fun, right? That sure proved to be true. Through fundraising events, I not only bonded with everyone going on the trip, but I was blown away by the generosity of this congregation. If you didn't already know, the big theme of our week was, "This changes everything." Well, you changed everything for us. We could not have the experiences we did without this wonderful congregation. So, like I said, I knew what to expect, or at least that's what I thought. I remember the big stadium filled with bright, colorful shirts and the live band that kept us dancing throughout the nights. I remember the hordes of people, all from different places around the country. I remember being able to strike up a meaningful and amazing conversation with anyone wearing a gathering t-shirt. And while all of that was the same, this gathering impacted me more than I could have ever expected. A lot had changed for me between Detroit in 2015 and Houston in 2018. I had gone through times where my faith was very strong, where I was very involved at camp or youth events here, but at the start of 2018, I was not in that place in my faith. I was at a point where I couldn't see what God was doing with my life. I couldn't see why he let the bad things happen to me happen. It felt like I was on my own. So that's how I went to this gathering, feeling alone, but I would never show it. So I went through the motions, excited for what was to come, but a little nervous too. I knew I'd hear a lot from a lot of different people who were so strong in their faith, but I couldn't say the same at the time. The main structure of the gathering takes each group through 3 different rotations during the day, and we all meet as a group of 31,000 in an evening to worship together and hear speakers. Our first day was a day with our synod to get to know the people in the churches close to home. For the rest of the gathering, it was fun to see the friends and people I met from the first day in our hotel and throughout the rest of the gathering happenings. The second day was our volunteer day, where we might not have been building houses or schools, but by so many people doing small acts of kindness and service, we made a huge impact on the city of Houston in so many different ways. The last day was a fun day to explore the things going on in the Lutheran Church. It's a huge jungle of fun packed into a huge convention center that seemed like it went on forever with information booths and activities. Our days were so packed full, and we made some amazing memories every day. But what truly impacted me were the speakers at the nightly gathering. Almost every speaker focused their speech around one thing: grace. And like almost every teenager in that building, I was thinking, what even is grace? The thought that God just forgives sins wasn't new to me, but the idea that he makes our sins and our hardships into something beautiful and better, I just didn't understand. One speaker in particular really left me at a loss for words. Nadia Bowles-Weber is not the person you would expect to be a pastor. The first thing you notice about her is her heavily tattooed arms, so that she's not afraid to show off with her tank top. So obviously, I was intrigued from when she first stepped out on the stage, because this is not the type of person I would expect to tell me about the grace and love of God. Nadia gives a 20-minute speech and brings me to tears. She talked about the rough childhood she had and how it shaped her. God used her sins and imperfections to make beauty. He used her experiences to change the lives of others like it was about to change mine. Your current reality is not your ultimate reality. When Nadia said this, something clicked. It wasn't that I was alone, no, but God was guiding me through times that would shape who I am as a person. He was guiding me to a place where I could help guide others. So I figured out what grace was. Our tears turn to joy. Our hurt helps others. We are sinners. We are not perfect, but God's work through us, that his perfection. He uses our hardships to make us better, to make others better. Another speaker talked about his hardships through self-harm, and a pastor who told him in his journey, there's grace for that. Because there is. To climb the highest mountains, you have to start at the lowest valleys. For God to work through you, you have to go through the hardships. We are all imperfect sinners, but that just makes me see how perfect and amazing God's grace is. For grace, you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing. It is the gift of God. Ephesians 2:8, gathering theme verse. There was no way to expect the incredible ways I would experience grace. Looking back on the trip, without even knowing, God was using me in what seemed like little ways to give grace. In the food pantry we volunteered at, handing out bags of food and decorating paper grocery bags with Bible verses for families to take home and be comforted in their time of need. He used me just by being present at the gathering. Being a part of the crowd, I can only imagine at least one person was impacted by looking around the stadium, seeing endless amounts of people who all exemplify the grace of God. There are so many places that God uses all of us. Some you might not even realize. So did I know what to expect? Not even a little bit. But for once, I'm okay with not knowing what God has planned for me, and I'm excited about it.